Welcome back. So we've got, 7 minutes to go for market closing, and things are kind of in cruise mode now, just about 50 points higher, and we'll end around the 17,600 mark. Of course, if nothing big happens in the next closing few minutes of trade. Ambareesh is still with us. He was telling us why he likes Grindwell Norton. He explained that to us. Ambareesh, so on the back of what has happened today with the RBI, or rather what has not happened, which is a hike,
right.
will markets get some more runway higher, you think, or this is going to fizzle out soon? What's your sense?
No, because the expectation was 25 basis points, and that's not happened. So I think that's clearly positive, and the market has also reacted in a similar fashion. I mean, I believe that the markets have at least shown an intermediate bottom. I mean, I was quite cautious in the last couple of months. I mean, I'd said that we were nearly 35% in cash. Last week, we were about 10% in cash. And now we have got fully invested because I feel that the intermediate bottom has been formed at closer to 16,800, 16,900. And I think we are clearly on the way up. And I'll not be surprised if in the month of April itself, we are able to see levels of about 18,200 to 18,500. So at the same time, I think since the analysts have tapered down the expectations going ahead, there could be some positive surprises. And overall, over the next couple of months, clearly I see the Indian economy outperforming the global economy, and because of which clearly we'll have funds coming back sooner than later. So whatever said and done, I think the downside is over. We may not have a sharp up move, I think beyond 18,500 immediately. But then if you're talking of the next 1 year, I don't think anyone can lose if you're investing today.
Right. Ambareesh, one underperformer today is Varun Beverages, a big mover in the last 12 months or so. In fact, over the last few years, the story of them being the trusted partners for Pepsi in India, getting more territories, etc., being discovered. Now, just before the summer season's quarter results, just before, things start to look good for them, seasonally speaking, the stock has seen a bit of a dip, still close to its highs. But do you think it's the valuations which are coming in the way?
Valuations is surely coming in the way, and I suppose the big disruptor in this space would be Reliance with their new launch in this space, and because of which, clearly Pepsi and Coke have cut prices, and that's going to hurt margins. And talking of Reliance Retail, I think that will be a complete disruptor in the FMCG space. We have seen that to a certain extent affecting Nykaa. It would affect DMart, and I suppose it will also affect a number of branded players. I mean, right from HUL to ITC to Dabur to, the whole lot. If you're talking of the next 4 to 5 years, because they would be the one who will actually be controlling the complete distribution space, the complete chain would be controlled by Reliance in the next 4 to 5 years. And clearly their brands will find space on the shelves as compared to the competing brands. So, whatever was the advantage for most of these brands in the last 4 or 5 decades would possibly be lost to a certain extent to Reliance in the next 4 or 5 years. So I think that's one space to be watched out for.
All right, Ambareesh, final question before we let you go. 2 stocks, IGL and MGL. At the start of this week, there was hope that maybe, in fact, over the past weekend, the Kirat Parikh recommendations would be accepted and their cost of gas would come down. It wasn't taken up, at least over the last weekend. The stocks got hit back. But now the hope is that in the coming weekend, it will be taken up and, they get that benefit. Just by the way, the stocks that were down close to 10%, MGL and IGL on Monday itself, they're going home with gains for the week. So they've recovered all of those losses. Your view on them?
Right. In fact, after this recovery, I'll not really buy. I'll possibly wait for the next bad news to get into these stocks. Because these are great trading plays. And whenever there's an adverse news, you should actually pick it up for the next good news, or the hope of the next good news. I think that play is already over this time.
All right. Wait for dips, wait for bad news, which will get you the next dip. Thanks very much, Ambareesh. Appreciate you joining in and running us through those trades and those calls. And of course, always interesting. Speaking